main character, he goes to the banquet that the Chancellor's son is having for him. There he fools around, plays around with his old friends. They leave. He's left with the Chancellor's son, who is deciding to take the main character home. There he warns the main character about his relationship with the third prince that he's had over the years and hopes that the main character will not continue to have a relationship with the third prince, and he hoped that the main character had learned his lesson when he had that relationship with the third prince. The main character is staying his lane, promising that he will not continue a relationship with the third prince, and he also gives the main character a warning about the future. So you know the guy who brought the main character back his stuff that he lost when he got kidnapped? The guy who brought the main character his first letter from the prince? I guess he has some sort of like commander title, at least a commander of war. I'm not sure what it really is. I'm kind of confused of it, so we're just gonna call him Commander. But the dude comes to the main character to invite the main character to a banquet, and the main character's like, okay, I can go. But then he goes to tell the Chancellor's son, because he knows that he has to play in the Chancellor's son's hands, because that's an order from the third prince. So yeah, the main character is having not a great time having to play both fields like this. And the Chancellor's son basically tells the main character to go, but he questions the main character why the commander wants the main character to go to a banquet. And the main character's like, maybe he's just trying to make me and the third prince good friends again. And he's like, yes, you're probably correct, and I want you to be good friends with the third prince while staying in your lanes, which kind of confuses the main character, but the main character agrees. But he also brings up the Chancellor's son is like, are you sure he's not trying to get you to become his new wife? His wife passed away, and you might become his new one. And the main character's like, yeah, no, that's not it. That's not it. The banquet was actually a way for the main character to meet up with the third prince secretly and be able to talk with him and tell him what's been going on. And this is when the third prince basically confesses to the main character with all the lanterns around on a bridge. He tells the main character they can be close with each other, have a good relationship. Sooner or later, they both will have to take wives, but he will always put the main character first. And the main character's like, poor thing is shooketh. He is freaked out. He does not know what to do. All he does is basically run for. He literally runs away screaming, I got a husband. Now, he doesn't fully say he has a husband. He says, I'm taken already. But he literally just gets out of there screaming, I have a husband. I have to be a good wife. I have to be loyal. And the reason why I'm calling him a wife is because the Melly does call him his wife. But yeah, the main character just runs out of there screaming that he can't be with the third prince. But yeah, the third prince, I knew had feelings for the main character and confessed right there and then, asking the main character to be his partner. And the main character's like, no, I already have a husband and I'm going to be loyal to that husband. Like, he's my one and only. I'm not going to have any other man. The Chancellor's son takes the main character to meet the Crown Prince, and before they meet the Crown Prince, he tells the main character to stay quiet, to be seen but not heard, to be a submissive, quiet mouse. And the main character's like, I can do that. So during the entire meeting, even though the Crown Prince keeps putting his eyes on the main character's keeping his mouth shut, because he knows this is what the Chancellor's son wants, and he wants to stay in the good graces of the Chancellor's son, and also because the third prince told him not to get the attentions of the Crown Prince. So I'm not sure if it was right after they visited the Crown Prince or one of the meetings the main character is having with the Chancellor's son, but he basically tells the main character what he wants from the main character, which is he wants the main character to get a position of a censor, a very high position of a censor, because he doesn't just want to be a chancellor himself like his father was. He wants even a higher position as that. And he knows that he can't just get that with the Crown Prince. So he's trying to put his eggs in the main character's baskets too, and wants to use the main character to get rid of his enemies and anyone that will go against him. And he can use the main character by doing that. Yes, things are messy. The main character's like, oof. He even warns the third prince what the Chancellor's son wants him to do, and the third prince tells him to do exactly what the Chancellor's son wants him to do. So the main character's like, these two don't like each other, fighting each other, but always telling me to do what the other one is telling me to do. Which again makes me a little suspicious about the Chancellor's son. Is he actually in the third prince's faction, is pretending to be in the Crown Prince's faction, and having to trick and fool the main character to thinking he is, but he's also probably greedy and playing the games the way he is so he can get himself a better position. It is a mess, honestly. So there is a flood, a humongous, horrible, vile flood that's going on. and it's quite dangerous. Like, it is non-stop happening, and the main character's worried about his water well, and he's worried about his people. Like, he is very concerned of what's going on in his area, his land. And the Melly tells him that he will go take care of it. He will go protect their people. He will take care of the situation. So the Melly leaves the main character, and the main character is very anxious and worried about his husband, but there's nothing he can do because he can't leave the area because he has the Metropolitan exam to take. So he can't leave even if he wants to leave. The main character and his people, they take the exam, they pass it, they get a good ranking position on the exam, and now they're able to take the royal or palace exam. The main character, he takes the royal palace exam with his pupil. The main character is able to get, I wasn't really sure because I felt like it kept flip-flopping on what it was, or I was just reading wrong, because again, we all know from me reading Ballad of Sword and Wine and Golden Terrence, when it comes to politics and war, my brain can't understand what's going on. And it's the same with these exam situations. Like, give me Scum and Saving System, I'll be able to read that with ease. Give me this book and my mind has to reread the thing over and over again, and I still don't understand. But yes, he either got the first and highest rank, or he got the second highest rank. I am not sure. Whichever one he did get, the Chancellor's son got it. I think he got the second rank and the Chancellor's son got the first rank, but I'm not very sure. So the main character, he has to go to a banquet in the honor of all those who pass the exam, especially with high ranking exams. And, you know, the main character doesn't have an outfit for the banquet. He has his regular clothes, and some of his clothes aren't even clean because everything that's going on, especially when the area they're having the exam is also flooding. So everyone is stressing and wary, and he's like, I will just wear my regular clothes. And his servants are like, no, you cannot. And he's like, I can. The emperor will just think I'm modest. Lucky for him, though, his man sent him a new whole outfit to wear. He also sent back the main character's pendant. So the main character had gifted him a pendant that the main character got from his mother. It's supposed to be a pendant of protection. He gave it to the Mellied when he brought the Mellied home the first time around, and the Mellied was horribly injured, and he gave it to the Mellied so the Mellied will be healed, and never took it back from the Mellied, and he sent the main character's mother pendant back to the main character. And so the main character's wearing the outfit his husband got him and the pendant. Like, I love that. It's giving Cinderella vibes, honestly. So, getting the rank the main character did on his exam should make the main character happy, except the main character isn't really happy because he wants his husband to be by his side, but his husband is not by his side. His husband has not returned back. His husband is still back at their land, and he's wondering when his husband is supposed to arrive because his husband was supposed to arrive back a long time ago, and he keeps questioning everyone, getting upset with everyone. He's like, where's my husband? Tell me where my husband is. And everyone keeps trying to delay him, telling him, oh, he will be on his way. He'll be here soon. Just calm down. Just do what you need to do. But the main character's like, I passed my royal palace exams. Where is my husband? And finally, he's told the truth that his husband got injured. Decided to return back to their lands because his husband was on his way, got injured, and returned back home. And then decided, him and the main character's little uncle decided to keep it from the main character. And the main character's like, yeah, no, I'm returning home. And they're like, no, you can't. You have to stay. Especially for the banquet, like, you gotta stay. And the main character's like, I want my husband. Like, literally falling into tears, bawling because he wants his husband. And I feel so bad for him. I'm like, where is his husband? His husband needs to come to his side and needs to take care of him. The main character, he gets sick, and instead of his husband taking care of him, it's the third prince and the chancellor's son. They both take their turns taking care of the main character when he fell sick. And I'm like, where is his husband? These two men are taking his place. Like, hurry up and get back or they will steal your wife. Like, I think they're gonna try to purposely steal your wife. Get back here, honey. Hurry.